Hello everyone, welcome to Barca News. It's April 28th, 2023, and La Liga's president Javier Tebas has said that the return of Lionel Messi to the club is very complicated at the moment. Also, one of La Masia's prodigy just extended his contract with the club. And finally, close sources to UEFA have confirmed that the European governing body will not be sanctioning Barcelona for the upcoming season. We have a lot to discuss, so let's begin. Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Mo, and before we begin with the news, just a quick reminder to make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. It goes a long way in helping this small and humble channel continue to grow. Also, if you are looking for any Barcelona jersey or merchandise, make sure you hit the kit bag. The link is down below in the description. Now, begin with the news that Barcelona are scheduled to play against Real Betis, who are currently sitting 5th on La Liga table, tomorrow, Saturday, April the 29th. And the club have released the list of players who have been called up for this match. And these players are Marc Ter Stegen, Ronald Araujo, Sergio Busquets, Ousmane Dembélé, Pedri, Robert Lewandowski, Ansu Fati, Ferran Torres, Iñaki Peña, Andreas Christensen, Marcos Alonso, Jordi Alba, Frank Kessie, Frankie de Jong, Rafinha, Jules Koundé, Eric Garcia, Alejandro Valde, Gavi, Pablo Torre, Arnau Tenas, and Lamine Yamal. Now, as expected, both Ousmane Dembélé and Andreas Christensen had been given the green light from the medical staff, and they have now been included in the squad list after recovering from their respective injuries. And this is the first time that Ousmane Dembélé has been included in the list since January, when he got injured 3 months ago. Now, it's not sure whether both players will play in tomorrow's match. There's some reports stating that they could come in during the second half so they can get some playing time and get back in playing rhythm, but we're still gonna have to wait for tomorrow to see whether Xavi will be using both players. Now, La Masia's crown jewel, Lamine Yamal, has been called up once again to the first team, so we're gonna have to see whether tomorrow will be the first day that he will debut with the first squad. Now, on to the news that Barcelona have made the difficult decision of shutting down their TV channel called Barca TV, and June 30th will be the last day for Barca TV on the air. Now, Barcelona were having some contractual problems with the company that runs their TV station, which is called Telefónica. And after a lot of back and forth, Barcelona have decided to not renew their contract. And as such, they have announced that the last day for Barca TV will be June 30th. Now, Barcelona decided to take this difficult decision because of the difficult financial situation of the club, where they're currently spending between 8 to 12 million euros a year on Barca TV. And they have decided that the future of the club rests in social media. So they have decided to shut down their Barca TV channel, which is just a reflection of how difficult the economic situation is at the club at the moment. Now, this is sad news from Barcelona, especially for the 120 employees who worked at Barca TV and whose last day will be June 30th. And it's also a big dent for the club's image, since all the major European clubs have their own TV stations, and Barcelona will have to shutter its own due to the difficult financial situation at the club. Now, on to the news that Javier Tebas has given statements saying that the return of Lionel Messi to the club is very complicated at the moment. Now, Javier Tebas said, "If you ask me the question today, Messi's return to Barca is very complicated. We have to see how that will evolve, but several conditions would have to be met. Barca players would have to leave. There would have to be a reduction in wages. And then you have to know what salary Messi would have at Barca. Barca is not like PSG, which has a gas and money tap, which allows it to have a large payroll. As we speak, it's complicated for Messi to return to Barca." Interesting statements by La Liga's president Javier Tebas, who's making it very clear that the return of Lionel Messi to Barcelona will be very complicated, even though all parties involved want this return to happen, because after all, the feasibility plan that Barcelona have presented to La Liga has to be approved first. And if approved, not only would allow Barcelona to sign Messi and several other players, but the club would also have to commit to reducing their wage bill by offloading players and reducing the salaries of the highest earners. And they're also gonna have to increase their revenues through new sponsorship deals and through the renegotiations of their current publicity contracts. Now, in the case that La Liga does reject Barcelona's feasibility plan and does not allow them to sign Lionel Messi, the MLS club Inter Miami, who's currently owned by David Beckham, is trying to provide an alternative for Lionel Messi, and they have said that they will fight for Messi to join their club, and that they are willing to offer him not only a project for the future, but also a lucrative contract in order to attract the Argentinian star. Now, if the return of Lionel Messi to Barcelona is not approved by La Liga, it's reported that the Argentinian does not want to remain at PSG. So Inter Miami will definitely be an attractive option for Messi in case his return to Barcelona does not take place. Now on to the news that one of La Masia's most important players, Alex Garrido, has officially decided to extend his contract with Barcelona until 2025. Now, Alex Garrido is a 19-year-old midfielder who came up through La Masia, and he is one of the most promising players to come out of La Barcelona Academy, as he's described as an interior with very good ball handling, very good vision, and also a lot of creativity in the midfield. And in fact, he's been likened the most to Pedri out of all the players that have come up through La Masia. Now, Alex Garrido has extended his contract with Barcelona until 2025 with a 400 million euro release clause. And this was one of the most important contract renewals for Barcelona because Alex Garrido had begun to attract the attention from all the major European clubs. So it was good that Barcelona have been able to retain this prodigy and one of La Masia's crowning jewels. Now, speaking of La Masia's prodigies or promising talent, it's reported that Barcelona are now worried about the contract extension of Lamine Yamal in the future. Now, Lamine Yamal is currently in negotiations with Barcelona so he can receive his first professional contract once he turns 16 this summer. And it's reported that the negotiations are going very well, and it's most likely that Lamine Yamal will be staying with Barcelona past the expiration of his contract in the summer of 2024. But what worries Barcelona is future contract negotiations, because it's reported that Lamine Yamal's father, who is very involved in the planning of the future of the player, is a self-declared Real Madrid fan, and he would like to see his son play for Los Blancos. Now, currently, Lamine Yamal wants to remain in Barcelona, but of course, the club are worried that in the future, his father could affect his decision and that the future negotiations could become more difficult. Now, on to the news that close sources to UEFA are now confirming that the European governing body have decided not to sanction Barcelona for the upcoming season. Now, as I reported previously, Barcelona's president Joan Laporta traveled to Slovenia to meet with UEFA's president Alexander Seferin, and during this meeting, Joan Laporta explained to the UEFA president the entire findings of the internal investigation of Barcelona in regards to the Enrique Steirera case. And Joan Laporta explained that there was no evidence that Barcelona had tried to influence the competition or bribe any kind of referees with the hiring of the Enrique Steirera. And Joan Laporta also added that if UEFA were to sanction Barcelona and prevent them from playing in European competitions, that Barcelona would sue UEFA for monetary damages if a Spanish court finds that Barcelona were innocent in this whole case. Now, as a result, after the meeting, the Barcelona board of directors had positive input or positive feelings that UEFA weren't going to sanction Barcelona until there's a final decision by a judicial court in Spain. And today, internal reports or close reporters to UEFA have now reported that the governing body will indeed wait until a Spanish court rules in regards to the Enrique Steirera case for them to make a decision on whether they're going to be sanctioning Barcelona and prevent them from playing in any European competitions like the Champions League or the Europa League. And since this judicial court or this judicial case will take some time, then it's most likely that Barcelona will be participating in European competitions for the upcoming 2023-2024 season. Now, we will end today's video with the news that Atletico Madrid have decided that they will not offload Yannick Carrasco to Barcelona for anything less than 90 million euros. Now, Barcelona negotiated a clause with Atletico Madrid when they offloaded Memphis Depay that would allow them to sign Yannick Carrasco between 15 to 20 million euros come this summer. And Barcelona had sat down with Atletico Madrid to try to negotiate that clause down because the club were hoping to sign the Belgian winger for around 8 to 9 million euros. Well, it seems that Atletico Madrid have rejected this price and have informed Barcelona today that the price for Yannick Carrasco is 90 million euros, and that if Barcelona want to sign him, that's the price they're going to have to pay, and Atletico Madrid are not going to accept anything below that price tag. So that is it for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give me a like. Also, I would like to invite all of you to please leave a comment down below, giving me all your thoughts and opinions about all the news that I share with you. And finally, I would like to invite all of you to please subscribe to the channel so you can stay current on all the latest news in regards to our beloved club, FC Barcelona. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video, and as always, Visca Barça.